Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. And today we are going to be talking about this test series between South Africa and Sri Lanka. What an incredible performance from the Proteas, I have to say. They were fantastic as a whole team unit. Every single player within the squad performed well and put in performances when needed. And it was a fantastic performance from all of the boys. And from the coach as well as the captain. I think everybody did their part in this particular tour, and it was an amazing matches. It was amazing matches to watch. First test in Durban as well as the second one in Gqeberha. Fantastic, fantastic test cricket, and we've been waiting for this type of standard of cricket for a very long time from a Protea side. A clinical performance all round with bat and ball, brilliant in the field as well. We've been asking for this. There's been many occasions in the recent past where teams have won games and it's been like them dragging themselves over the line, or took one heroic performance for us to get the victory. Whereas this time around, there's been many players that have performed well. There are so many people that have put up their hands and performed well. So I'm very, very proud of this test team and how it's grown since Coach Shukri took over, and how these players are developing and becoming a brilliant and amazing players as time goes along. So I'm I'm really chuffed about it, and also to know that we pulled off a victory when Sri Lanka really fought hard to get into this match, and they put themselves in a position to win, and South Africa just clawed their way back and made sure that they could secure this 2-0 victory, because we know what's happening with the World Test Championship. We know what needs to happen from a South African standpoint, and we definitely know what's going needs to happen if we didn't win this match. Because if we didn't, there are a lot of permutations that could have seen us not make that championship final. So let's talk about this on today's show. I'm going to dive into all of that today. But before we get going, before we get started, there are a couple of things I'd like you guys to please do. First and foremost, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with all your friends and family that are also into South African cricket. But I would like you guys to also please comment in the comment section below, not only in the live chat when I'm live for the guys that are watching, but I'd like you guys to also go into the comment section and comment there too after we've ended the stream, or if you've watched this video later on in the day after we've done the live stream, then please leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd also like you guys to please subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. The link is on the screen right now, as well as in the description. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I'm really looking forward to discussing this topic with you guys. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your live cricket show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we're going to be talking about South Africa's Test series against Sri Lanka. Fantastic performance all around by the guys, and I really am extremely, extremely proud of the way they've grown and the way they've performed clinically and ruthlessly when they needed to. They've always been a team. They've been a team. They've been a team now in every single match that we've watched them in recent times. Bangladesh series, now into this series, they took control of the match at the correct times in the game, and they were absolutely fantastic consistently over in every single match. And I thought that the pressure that we kept on them, I thought that that was epic. There's maybe only one player or two that we can maybe say didn't have a good series, but ultimately everybody performed, everybody contributed. And particularly if you look at it from a all-round cricket perspective, that's fielding, that's bowling, and batting, then everybody did their part. And I love that. The team spirit looked really good, especially when you looked at certain wickets that were taken. When KG took a wicket today, how the entire team just surrounded him and how happy they all looked, smiling and celebrating. The celebrations are loud and emphatic and meaningful. It's a fantastic unit that we're building here and what Coach Shukri is building here. So props to him and his coaching staff for what they've done with this test side, because it's been absolutely fantastic to get a 2-0 victory against Sri Lanka, and also to keep the pressure on and not allow Sri Lanka to get back into the game when they were in a position to possibly win the game. I think that is also needs a lot of mentioning, because that was a fantastic performance all around from a South African standpoint. So let's get into it, and I'm going to start with today's game because that's the most important one. That's the one that sealed the 2-0 victory. South Africa were very good in the recovery when it comes to the batting perspective in this particular match. We found ourselves in big trouble actually on day one, and that was a bit of an issue because our batters lost their wickets very cheaply, and we found ourselves in a very difficult position. At one point in the match, we were 44 for 3, and it was that was after Tristan Stubbs, Tony De Zorzi, and Aiden Markram lost their wickets, and it was looking really grim for South Africa. But the captain, Temba Bavuma, and Ryan Rickelton came together in the middle and they performed amazingly. Both of them scoring important runs for South Africa. They dragged South Africa to 177 before Temba lost his wicket, and he went out for 78. But Temba Bavuma, absolutely fantastic. What I loved about his performance was the soft hands that he was using. He utilized the soft hands. He made sure that he didn't try to play too hard, you know, at the ball, because that's when the balls fly to the slips or to third man, etc. So you want these things to be able to, even to the gully, it can fly to them and or to the gully, and so it's very important that you want these players to be able to be controlled in their approach. And Temba Bavuma was extremely good at reading the conditions and playing accordingly. And particularly, I mentioned the soft hands because that's something that I saw from Kane Williamson when we went to New Zealand for the test matches there. He played everything with soft hands so that the ball doesn't carry to the slips, so that he actually saves himself from not nicking off to the slips. So that's something that Temba Bavuma did extremely well, and they had to battle really hard to get him out. They had to take his wicket more than him giving his wicket away. Although the first dismissal, you could say, South Africa, I mean, Temba gave his wicket away maybe once in this test match. But yeah, Ryan Rickelton was fantastic. I mean, getting his maiden 100, he was absolutely fantastic. And also Calvin Rayner coming in day 2 and performing extremely well to drag South Africa to a very good total, because South Africa found themselves quickly 186 for 5 after David Bedingham lost his wicket. And then Ryan Rickelton lost his wicket and we won 263. And we needed 300 plus, 350 plus if you wanted to stand a chance of winning this match. And Calvin Rayner batted superbly, 105, 133 balls, 12 fours, 3 sixes, a strike rate of 78. Superb performance for him. Even though he was losing partners around him, he still went on to reach his 100. And KG Rabada put in an important 23. And Dane Patterson stuck around with his mate to be able to get him to the 100-run mark. So we ended up with 358 in the first innings, and they bowled fantastically, particularly Lahiru Kumara. He was fantastic with 4 for 79. And Ashita Fernando was 3 for 102. They were the key bowlers for Sri Lanka. But then Sri Lanka came out to bat and they got the perfect start, the start that they wanted. Patum Nisanka was brilliant, even though we got an early wicket with Kararatnana, and they were down 41 for 1. Sri Lanka built their way through this match and through this innings. 44 from Dinesh Chandamal, 44 from Angelo Matthews, Kamindi Mendes 48, And then contributions from the lower order: 14 from Dananja de Silva, 16 from Kusal Mendes, 24 from Jai Saria. And they ended up actually getting 328. So, yes, South Africa still remained in the lead, but it wasn't a massive one. It was going to take a massive, massive performance. But Dane Patterson, absolutely fantastic. I spoke about it. I said a lot of people were doubting South Africa on whether they were going to take wickets, and after day two, people were feeling a little bit down under and not feeling that great. When South Africa were in the position that they were after day two, and I said it. I said that we need to make sure that we watch how we bowl on with the old ball heading into the new ball, because that's going to be key. If we can keep it tight and maybe take 1 or 2 wickets before the new ball's taken, South Africa will bowl the Sri Lanka out, and keep a lead. It's exactly what happened. They took a wicket early, and then Dane Patterson came in, and he was fantastic with a fifer. He was brilliant, and people have written him off. People didn't give him a chance in the series. They said, "Why the hell is he being selected? You've got all of these other bowlers, blah 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 blah." He proved that the experience is very important. Bowling in Test cricket, putting the ball in consistently dangerous lines and lengths is key to getting success. It's key to getting victories, and he proved it. 5 for 71, brilliant. Economy of 3.22. He was absolutely fantastic, and I can't really speak a lot of bad things about him because he was the outstanding bowler with regards to that innings to bowl Sri Lanka out for 328. Then we came out to bat again. And I was a little bit concerned about the second batting performance because we didn't get any centuries this time around. But Tony Lazorzi and Aiden got a good start, but then Tony got bowled. And that changed the game again because Markram was very good for his 55, finding that form again that we've been asking for, but not kicking on to get our big 100. But his 55 in this match was extremely important, and we need to note that because we needed a top order to bat, at least give a foundation for the other batters to come and bat around. Ryan Rickelton only managed 24. Generally, that will happen for the batters when they do score 100. They do tend to tip in the next innings, and that's cricket for you. You fail more than you succeed, and that's what it showed. But Tristan Stubbs batted really well with Temba, and Temba again, a part of another 100-run partnership. He was absolutely fantastic again, another 50. He's been brilliant throughout the series, and he really got bowled, playing a shot that he didn't have to against Jai Sharia. I felt that he could have kicked on and maybe gotten another century. He was looking like he was heading towards that direction. Stubbs' run out was a little bit weird. Um, that was a strange one. We were 213 for 4 after Tristan Stubbs lost his wicket. But Temba, it was an unnecessary run out, especially with him on a brink of another milestone. 3 runs short of another 50. That would have been brilliant for his average and brilliant for his career, etc. But Temba pushed us past the 250-run mark. He scored 66. And David Bellingham stuck around. It's a pity he couldn't get a milestone, but 35 or 55. That was that was the last major score that we got. The rest of the batters all lost their wickets quite quickly, and Sri Lanka kind of ripped through us, even though we managed to creep over that 300-run mark. We got 317 in the end and a massive lead we put on the board, a target for them to chase. Jai Saria got a fifer, and he was really brilliant. Then came the second the second innings from the Sri Lanka perspective, and South Africa got a very good start. I mean, we got the start that we probably would have hoped for. We had them down 122 for 5, which was a very good situation to find yourself in going into the final day. And you'd want you to kind of go in for the kill, but we managed to maybe let things run away from us towards the end of day 4, with Dananjaya de Silva and Kusal Mendes getting some very good runs on the board. That was a key factor for them. They were key to getting Sri Lanka into giving them some hope. That was the key over there. They gave them some hope that they could possibly win the match, and they kept themselves in the game. That was the thing that I felt they did really well. They kept fighting with the bat. And at the end of day 4, because Sri Lanka needed 348 as a target to win. And at the end of day four, they were 205 for five. So they pushed themselves to a very good performance. And South Africa, if they wanted to win this match, they knew that they needed to get quick wickets, early wickets, and make sure that they keep Tananja de Silva and Kusal Mendes from going big. They almost did. Tananja de Silva got a 50, but Rapado got a breakthrough. A brilliant delivery to dismiss him with a nick to Calvarena. Fantastic delivery. The whole stadium erupted. The whole flipping team erupted. Everybody just came together and they looked so unified. It was a brilliant wicket and I was so happy. But then Keshav Maharaj did a fantastic performance. He picked up where he left off previously and he continued to pile on the wickets. He took his fifer in the match as well, and he started ripping into Sri Lanka. He took 5 for 76, guys. Economy of 3.4, bowled 25 overs in total. Fantastic performance, an amazing performance from him. Innings of the match, I would say, from him. He really brought South Africa into a very strong position before Marco Jansen got the final wicket. Of his first delivery of the day, he took out Lahiru Kumara, um, and South Africa ended up winning the game, bowling Sri Lanka out for 238. And not just winning the game, winning by a mammoth 109 runs. Absolutely phenomenal performance by South Africa. And I can't sing their praises any more than I already have. And I don't want their heads to get too big after this particular victories that they've had, but they deserve the praise. They absolutely deserve the praise. And what this has done for South Africa, it has put us in a very strong position on the World Test Championship standings. We are currently sitting number one on the table. That is absolutely very important for us to know, um, because the permutations of this particular match, I think someone sent me, let me just check something. I think someone sent me an important tweet that he wants me to read out. Yeah, it is important. He says Dane Patterson said this on Twitter because he won man of the series, man of the match, by the way, for his performance, 2 wickets and five. He says, hi to all the haters that doubted my selection. This one is for you. Thanks for all the negative comments about my selection. At the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about the team. Please relook at my first class stats before having a go at me. Cheers. So he said that to someone on Twitter, and yeah, he's absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy about the way he performed, and I was backing him. I was the one of the guys that were backing you, Dane. So I hope that you remember that if you do watch the show. Um, and yeah, this is what the standings is currently. The situation was that I have it here written down. I made sure that I made some notes. If we drew this match today, if we drew this match, South Africa would have had to rely on um, India to win all the remaining 3 games against Australia. If we lost, we'd have to also rely on Australia winning all the games against India. So either way, we would have been no, sorry. If we drew, we would have had to rely on Australia winning all their matches against India. If we lost, we would have had to rely upon India winning all their games against Australia, and Australia winning all the games against India. Sorry. So those are the permutations that we had to look at. We needed to win 2-0 in this match series, and we needed to win 2-0 in the previous series, and now we need to win 2-0 against Pakistan. So this just puts us into the situation where we feel a lot more comfortable with how things are currently. Because if you don't want to be going into a test championship with not knowing whether you're going to make it or not and relying on other teams to do you a favor, you want to be in full control. You want to be 100% in full control of the situation. You want to make the final because of the performances that you put in and being sure, making sure that you are through to the final, rather than hoping that someone else's results can pull you through. So that's very important from that perspective, um, to think about it. Um, I just want to read something out here if I can find it. Um, let's see if it's here. Um, I can't find it now. Yeah, I can't read it. Unfortunately, I would have liked to read it, but yeah, I can't read it out. But anyway, yeah. So South Africa sitting comfortably, and I'm in a position. The WTC is now all in South Africa's hands. It's theirs now to lose. Um, it's up to them whether they want to make that championship final or not. We're going to have to play a Pakistan team that's going to be in conditions in South Africa, and South African conditions kind of favor this team, I feel, particularly the bowlers. So I'm a little bit worried about it, but at the same time, after this performance, I do believe in them. I believe in them a hell of a lot. So let me have a look at what you guys have had to say in the live chat quickly. Captain says Aiden will score century against Pakistan. He was looking back to his best. Just a bit of luck, and we will see the old Aiden. He is just a bit unlucky getting out every mistake. Yeah, that is a bit unlucky. It is a bit of luck involved as well. A lot of the times his wickets have been brilliant balls or him just throwing his wicket away. So you are correct there. Dreamer says Bavuma, Bedingham, Stubbs, Rabada, Jansen going to play major role against Pakistan to win. Talha says, Khalid, who do you think will miss out when Vian is back? Probably it's going to be a tough one, that one. I think perhaps Dane Patterson will miss out. Given the balance of the team, they'll probably drop one of the seamers. So it'll be it'll probably be Dane Patterson that does miss out. Even though he was brilliant in this particular match, I think because of the balance of the team, because he's the one that actually kind of replaced Vian Mulder in this match. In fact, um, ultimately in the end, or Ryan Rickleton, who was the extra batter. It will all. I don't think it will be a case though of who will miss out. It will all be about the balance of the team and picking the best possible squad for the team. If Coach Shukri thinks that we need 7 proper batters and then the rest bowlers, he'll probably play with Ryan Rickleton again. Ryan Rickleton really put up his hand in the series. And batting at 3 as well, fantastic. Amit says, in pacey conditions against Pakistan, Stubbs will be better at number 4 and Bafuma at 3 against relatively new ball, assuming Rickleton gets dropped when the 5th bowler comes in. Ujawal says, "What is Beddingham's future? Is he going to stick around? Of course, he's going to stick around. I don't think there's any doubt in his future. I just think that he was a little bit ahead, got a little bit of ahead of himself in this match. He was just struggling in this particular Test series. He will find his mojo again and perform again. I really do believe that." Amit says, "Will any of Berger, Mulder, and Gidi be available for the second Test against Pakistan?" No. Mulder might be available for the Pakistan series, but Berger and Ngidi are out for the season, so there's no chance of them. Um, uh, Ujwal says, "Can Kutsiya still be fit till series against Pakistan?" No, he's out for the season as well. Um, Waka saying, "Congratulations to the Proteas." Yes, congratulations to them. Fantastic victory. Amit says, "I feel Bedingham should be the one getting dropped instead of Rickleton if 5th bowler comes in." That might also be the case. Might be on form that they pick up. I haven't thought about it from that perspective. Dream Vision says, I have so much confidence in the Test team with Shukri and wanting and hungry to see Shukri and interesting to see, unlike Rob Walter. Coaching disgrace, people want to see improvements. Essay under Shukri, very good. That was, guy, I struggled to read that sentence. Captain, I don't think seven batters and four bowlers is the right strategy. I don't work against strong opposition. Waka says the only thing I'm concerned is opening partnerships. Yeah, that needs to improve. We need to lay better foundations. Dreamer says, when will tickets? Then tickets will sell if Rob doesn't want to win. But doing the process, people will understand. Rob didn't even do the basics. Rob's struggling at the moment. He's really struggling. Talha says, I think Tony should miss out. It's not like he did something wrong, but if we go with form, Ryan should be ahead and stick with Bellingham because I think whenever he comes to bat, he has to add quick runs. He has had to do that recently. It's this. I think it will be. I don't think it will be smart to now shuffle around the opening partnership though. If we're trying to look for solidity and we're trying to find the next good opening partnership, I don't think it will be smart to mix it up and change it right now with the way things are. I think they need to. We need to push through with these two. Let them build a partnership and a relationship. That's what made our partnership so good in the past, is because our batters we used to build relationships and partnerships, and understand each other's game and be able to talk each other out actually of difficult holes, etc. Nathan says, who would you prefer SA to face in the WT final between Australia and India? This question was asked to me as well at the beginning of the Bangladesh series as well, and I struggled to answer it because Australia is really good when it comes to finals, etc. So mentality monsters ultimately, and these conditions are their conditions are actually very quite similar to South African conditions, so they will be extremely tough to face. Um, we've beaten India before in South Africa, so I would probably have to say India. I think they might be a little bit easier to get at, and I think um, we will struggle though against like the likes of Boomerang, etc. So we need to find ways on how to face that. But I think either team we face, it's going to be a challenge, of course, because our problem at the moment is playing that consistent swing and consistent lines and lengths. Bowlers that bring us that we struggle at the top of the order to like get through those patches, and we need to get better at that. Nathan says, "Dreamer vision, you're dreaming." Because is we need to win one more test out of two against Pakistan. Um, I don't think that's the case. I think because that's going then we only have to rely, I feel, on results between the others. Um, so yeah, but I think we should just take it game by game. Try to get the first win and then the second. Dale notices what a dominant performance from our boys this series. Well done, Proteas. Marvel Skywalker says would be include should we include our important players in the ODI against Pakistan for prep of Champions Trophy or rest them for the Test series? That's a tough question. I think at the moment, Test cricket should take priority because we have a proper opportunity to make a final. It's just as important as a World Cup final for me, if not more important, because I love this format the most. So I would make sure that our players are ready and fit and focused for that Test championship final. That should take priority over everything, because Pakistan, we need to get into it. So Pakistan's going to be important, and I hope that the coaches and the selectors make the right decision. In my time, said, did you realize Tab sacrificed himself? He didn't cross Pavuma when mixed up, but he still charges in danger end, and he has been such a team man. Hopefully, he will get more celebrations to always jumping. Yeah, he celebrates. I love his celebrations, etc. Sarfraz says Mark and Pavuma are the first captains to lead Proteas to number one in Test ranking since the legendary Graham Smith. It's actually Bavuma. I wouldn't throw Markram into the mix because Markram just stood in as captain. Bavuma should get the credit for that because he led from the front as well with the bat as well as a captain in the field. Dreamer says, I saw on SA page against Pakistan, we have to build our vintage pitch for bowlers. Like always, need to bring that and wait for Pakistan's fight or not. bro, you need to please try and write your sentences better because I really can't understand what you're writing here. It's making it hard for me to read and put through. So please try your best to construct it. Even if you throw it into Chat GPT or something before you post it here. Will you not review about T20 against Pakistan today? Um, no, I won't. I'm gonna try and maybe do that tomorrow. Um, Sarfa says Patterson will be crucial in England. Dale says, oh wait, sorry, I'm the Sam's one. Sam says Shukri should pick Bayes, Swanepoel, and Michal Pretorius for Pakistan test. Why? This team is a winning test team. Why change things? Dale Naidu says, I think if Mulder is fit, he must play. Bowling lineup needs the extra option, perhaps Bellingham to be dropped. That's an interesting point of view. And I mean, I'm not for or against anything with regards to that. I trust whatever the coach decides ultimately. I mean, it's just seven batters work either when there is something for spin or team is confident of bowling, but out position in 30 to 35 overs. Else, fifth bowler is needed. Yeah, we need the fifth bowler. And of course, he says playing in Highveld, we need six batters and five bowlers. Wilbur Stanley Pinar says, how's it, Khalid? What a win for the Proteas. Let's be honest, if we can whitewash Sri Lanka, Pakistan don't stand a chance, especially at Centurion and Newlands. You never know, bro. That Pakistan team is extremely erratic. They they can turn up when they want to. That type of team. So far as if Bavuma reaches the WTC final, he has a chance to reach the level of Sia Kolisi. Wow, massive. He needs to win it first, I guess. Sam says, Khalid, what's your thoughts on Rob? I don't want to talk about Rob right now on a test show, guys. Let's try and keep it for tomorrow. Wilbur says, is this live stream also a preview to the T20 series? No, I'm going to try to give a preview to the T20 series tomorrow. NY Times Square says, wait, let me just double check something. Because I might be having my dates all bloody mixed up here. Let's see. Oh, flip. First game is tomorrow. Oh, so I don't understand. This is irritating, actually. I don't understand why they're having a match the day after a test match concludes. It's crazy why they schedule it like this. I'm sorry, guys. I thought the first game was on Friday. My lord. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to talk a little bit about the T20s as well. I didn't prepare any graphics or anything, guys, for that. Because I was so focused on this particular test series that I didn't really look at everything from a T20 side perspective. I mean, I don't really care about it, to be honest with you. These T20 games are almost irrelevant to me because, I mean, we just had a World Cup. I mean, I don't know why we're playing T20s again. I know it makes money for South Africa, etc. But yeah, that's something that we need to look at. Yeah, so, okay, let me get into that then. Let me just get one more or two more comments over here. And of course, he says Stubbs is just awesome. His energy on the field is unbelievable. I hope they give Rickerton a chance against Pakistan. Shikar says, how do you think Issa will go with a spinner in Centurion and Cape Town? Because if we play four fast, then we can play seven batsmen with Marco at 8. I think they will go with the spinner. I think Coach Shukri always goes with the spinner. NY Times Square says, I told you the schedule in the last stream, Khalid. This is a hectic schedule. Yeah, no, bro. I take it when things are so hectic at the moment, like because I'm writing reports, plus I'm doing this, plus I'm covering domestic cricket. It's all happening at once. Like I have to take it day by day, game by game, because otherwise I'm gonna drive myself ultimately insane. Okay, so let me get into the T20 stuff quickly. I'm gonna do a quick preview for this because I don't really give a crap about this bloody T20 matches, to be honest with you. I think it's a bloody waste of time at this particular moment. But let's get into that. And let's talk a little bit about, let me know what your guys' 11s are, and we can start there perhaps, and I can talk through. um, because yeah, so stupid that we're having a T20 cricket so soon again. Um, Let me just find the story quickly about the squads. Because as well, tomorrow I have to be at the SA Invitational game. The SA Invitational is happening right on my doorstep, so I can't not go to that. So the SA Invitational game against the Lions is happening. So I kind of have to be a little bit available there and go check what's happening there too and see what type of content I can do from there. With regards to the squad for the Proteas T20Is, we've got Heinrich Klaassen, obviously, Othniel Bartman, Matthew Brzezinski, Donovan Ferreira, Risa Hendricks, Patrick Kruger, George Linder, Quentin Mapaka, David Miller, Andrik Nokia, Abba Peter, Ryan Rickleton, Tabrei Shamsi, Adile Semalani, and Rassi van der Dussen. And Matthew Brzezinski, Quentin Mapaka, and Ryan Rickleton are set to join the squad following the test commitments against Sri Lanka. And Tabrei Shamsi participation in the ongoing Global Super League in Guyana may affect his availability for the first T20I. So that gives us some insight for that. If I go with an 11, obviously Heinrich plays because he's captain. So let me just start at the top of the order. I think that Matthew Brzezinski, I would like to see him get an opportunity. That's a must for me. I want to see the new guys get chances. I think Brzezinski needs to open the batting, and I would like to see him open the batting with Ryan Rickleton. I've seen enough of Risa Hendricks. I don't need to see him play another series, the opening game. I would like to see what our younger players can do. So for me, I would like to see Brzezinski open with maybe someone like Ryan Rickleton to see what their opening partnership can do. Then I'd like to see at 3. Let me see. At 3, maybe throw Risa Hendricks at 3. Then at 4, I'd have you see, you can't have Rassi and Risa in the same team. I don't know why they're still picking Rassi if they're not going to pick him for World Cups. That's beyond me. I want to see Ryan and Brzezinski. Probably then get Risa some game time to get his form back again. At 4, then I'll have Heinrich Klaassen. At 5, I'll have David Miller. At 6, I'll have Donovan Ferreira because I want to see what he can do and whether he can contribute in this particular matches as a proper all-rounder. At 7, I would like to see what George Linder can offer as well. It's important that we see what he can do. At 8, I'll have Andile Semalani. At 9, I'll have Othniel Bartman. At 10, I'll have obviously Andrik Nokia's back, so he's going to play. And at 11, because we got George Linder there in the spinning department, we don't need another spinner really. And Donovan Ferreira can offer some spin. And then at 11, you can have Quena Mapaka. Or if we really want to go big, we can go with Patrick Kruger and extend that batting lineup. Have 3 all-rounders in the team in George, Donovan, Patrick Kruger. Then have Othniel Bartman, Andrik Nokia, as well as George Linder, obviously. So that's kind of what I'd like to go for. I want to see the new guys get chances. That's what I really want to see from that perspective. Tala says he wants Ryan Brzezinski, Rassi Klaassen, Miller 6, Miller 5, and Don at 6. 7, he hasn't gone there. Brzezinski says, Brzezinski says, in my time square says Brzezinski, Risa, Rassi, Klaassen, Miller, Donovan, Linder, Semalani, Nokia, Shamsi, Bartman. Maybe. That's a decent team. I like that balance, but Shamsi won't be available for the first test match. The first T20. Blitz says Mapaka won't be playing because he was in the test series, but he didn't play, so I don't think it's going to be too hectic for him to start. I mean, he can. It's a flight, sort of far flight. Um, so it's not like they have to fly a million miles to go play this game. They're going from Gqeberha to Durban, so you'll be able to get off the plane and probably play. But I wouldn't play maybe because of that. That's why I'm maybe thinking like I thought. So I'm going again. Let me just do this again. It's Ryan Rickleton. I would like to see, but okay, let's be realistic here. I don't think Ryan will play after the Test series. So for the first T20. So it's probably going to be Riza, Matthew Brzezinski opening the batting. Then at number 3, it will probably be Rassie van der Dussen. Number 4 will probably be Henrik Klaassen. Number 5 will probably be David Miller. Number 6 for me should be a George Linder or Donovan Ferreira. Number 7, George Linder. Number 8, Patrick Kruger or Andile Semalani. Andile Semalani probably for me. Number 9, Otniel Bartman. Number 10, Andrik Nokia. And number 11, Ngaba Peter probably as the spinner because we don't really have a designated proper spinner in the team. So you're going to have George Linder as the spinner, as the main spinner. And I don't think they'll play him as a main spinner perhaps. But either you go with him or you go with Patrick Kruger to extend the batting lineup. That will be probably the team where I'd like to see. Blitz says he was obviously training for the Test series. It will be too hectic for him, Khalid. Nathan Knight says, what's your series prediction in this extremely important T20 series versus Pakistan? When it comes to the T20s games, these bilateral T20 games, I have no hope for South Africa, to be honest with you. Like, my confidence isn't up with regards to this team. My heart says 2-1. My head says 2-1 to them. But my heart says 2-1 to South Africa. So I'm hoping it's 2-1 to South Africa. In my time, Squares, do you feel Miller should be in 26 World Cup? I think we should find one all-rounder 6, 7, 8. Maybe Mulder, Linda, Marco will will give us better balance. I like George Linder a lot. I've always been a fan of his, and I'm hoping that he can take his opportunity in this Test series, in this T20 match. Go check out my exclusive interview with him where he spoke about his selection, etc. Ajwal says 2-1 to South Africa. But guys, thanks a lot for the show. Thanks a lot for joining in, for all the amazing comments. Leave your predictions in the comment section below as well. After I've ended the stream, I'd like you guys to please put your lineups there that I can have a look at, and also give me your prediction on who's going to win this T20 series, please. I'd really like to know your thoughts, and leave it for everybody else that rewatches this particular the show and this video. Give them something to look at as well in the comment section, so that it's not, even though they've missed the live stream where all the lovely action and conversations are happening, they can get a taste of it in the comment section, and then maybe they will not miss a live show again because they're missing out on all the action. Hopefully, cross fingers. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry that I didn't give you a quite in-depth T20 preview as I'd hoped. Obviously misjudged that it's actually happening tomorrow. So that's the crazy thing. And that's why obviously Heinrich Klaassen had his press conference today. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. The press conferences of Temba Bavuma's on the channel, as well as Heinrich Klaassen, if you want to go have a listen to that as well. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys, of course, tomorrow for a review show. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening.